What's going on, everyone? It's Marcellus back with another video, and today I'm going to be going over baby Dogecoin and seeing whether or not this was a bull trap or will we continue to pump inside of baby Dogecoin. So definitely stick around to the end of the video. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you like these baby Doge videos. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Let's get straight to it. So firstly, look at this chart. This is the 15M chart for baby Dogecoin. As you can see, I do have some indicators on here. The red bars on the indicators pretty much indicate supply and demand of less demand. And if you see green bars, that means it's supply and demand of more demand. Notice that there's no green bars of more demand for our supply and demand, but there was way back here, when we had an actual bullish crypto market. But right now, you're really not seeing much demand for any crypto right now. But at this moment, there's not high demand for baby Doge. But you can still see that the 24-hour market control is still bullish by 60% in the last 24 hours. And when you look at the oscillator, yes, we just now had this huge selling. And you look down at here on the oscillator, you can see the selling wave is reflecting here on the volume. Now, look at what it's doing. It's coming up here on the upside. It looks like it's actually about to go into a buying frenzy. So we actually may have something similar to this, what actually happened previously around the 17th of July when we had that huge pump coming into baby Doge. We may actually have something similar coming, is pretty much what I'm saying. And the next area for us to go is after this resistance here. This little red bar shows that we have some resistance for baby Doge around 1335. But look, right now we're at 1325. If we can blow past 1335 with flying colors, then the next area for baby Doge to go up to will pretty much be 1427 or 1430. And that will be our next resistance. So we actually may have this possibility to ramp up here to this next area again. So we may actually have the ability to pump again with baby Doge to kind of answer that question there. And is this a bull trap? Some people are saying this whole movement here from the 13th of July all the way up to the peak of yesterday was a bull trap. A lot of people are saying it. They're saying we actually did not reach our bottom yet. This was just a bull trap. A lot of people are thinking that we're really not going to be bullish. But I do think that we had the possibility to try to break that resistance again. But look, if we get up to this resistance again, all the way back up here to this spot up here, and we cannot break that resistance, then that is pretty much confirming that it was a bull trap if we can't break that resistance, because we will immediately get rejected and then go all the way back down to our 1250 support. And we already know what happens at 1250 support. After we go back down there, then we have an even more larger possibility of actually adding on another zero with baby Doge. And that's something that no one wants. No one wants to see baby Doge add on another zero. It's definitely something that's not liked much in the community. I kind of like it because it gives me an opportunity to buy more baby Doge at like a smaller price. So if I can get a whole trillion baby Doge for less than $1,000, then that would definitely make me feel good. Let me just be honest. I mean, if I could get it for that cheap, like it was before, like come on. But anyways, there's large possibilities that could happen if this wasn't or if this is a bull trap, pretty much. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour chart. So over here, you can see with the 4-hour chart, baby Doge is actually inside of this red area. And the red area is pretty much indicating, like I said, supply and demand of less demand. And we're kind of here at the bottom of that area. But it looks like baby Doge is about to try to rise back up here to this resistance, just defy all odds. If we can get up here to the top area of that supply and demand area, then we can possibly turn it green, kind of like how we did here. You see it, the second we hit the top area of our supply and demand, then we had green area here, which pretty much shows that there's more demand in this area. If we were to fall back to this area, we have more demand. Look at how we fell back to that area now. So I think we should have enough demand to get us back above the 1430 area. So we actually may be able to get above that resistance. Now, looking at that, we were inside of this whole consolidation phase. And if you watch my previous videos, I said typically what we do when we get inside of these consolidation phase, we break out on the downside into a negative downtrend. And then we just start to randomly pump and build momentum after we break out of that consolidation on a negative downtrend. And that kind of pushes us back above to where we were supposed to be. Like right before the consolidation should have ended, like around here, we just start to pump. And then that would bring us up to our next resistance. And it pretty much around 2280 and 2300 and 2400, somewhere around that area. But that's pretty much our target if we can get past this whole Fibonacci retracement all the way down from 14, well, not 1430, but from 1250 all the way up to about 2300. That is a huge major area that we got to get past. 2300, that's what we want to see baby Doge pass. But anyways, looking at Bitcoin though, Bitcoin is something that you always have to pay attention to when you're doing technical analysis for baby Doge, because everything follows Bitcoin. Someone mentioned to me previously that I should start doing technical analysis on BNB as well, and I will. BNB does follow Bitcoin. So since BNB does follow Bitcoin and Baby Doge does follow BNB, that means Baby Doge does follow Bitcoin and BNB. So it's best to go over both of them. But as you can see here with Bitcoin, I definitely showed you in my previous technical analysis that we would be hitting the support, and we did. We actually ended up bouncing off the support earlier today, 22.4K. In a second, we did that. We're now going up here trying to, rise back up to our previous heights. But it definitely looks like it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride up there. Now, the 24-hour market control is still in control by the bulls by 60%. So we're still 60% bullish with Bitcoin, which is definitely a good signal here. Now, looking at the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, that's something that you definitely want to look at. You always want to look at the 4-hour chart and 15-minute charts for all your cryptos. Now, when you look at this for Bitcoin, it pretty much shows we're right at the middle. So we could do one of two. We could either, go up here to this resistance, which brings us all the way up here to 26.7K, or we could end up going down to our support, which will bring us here around 20.7K. So that is definitely a tricky area. We can either go up 3K or we can go down 3K. We're literally right in the middle. So let's talk about what's more than likely supposed to happen. So first of all, let me start by getting all these drawings off the screen because I know this is probably getting a little crowded here. All right, so let's talk about what could possibly happen here with Bitcoin. The first thing that you want to look at is the oscillator. What is the oscillator telling us? The oscillator is telling us this whole movement right here was overbought. It was overpurchased. And you can tell by the OB right here. The OB means overbought. So this whole area is overbought. What comes after an overbought area? We have selling to kind of combat that overbuying. So what you're seeing here is baby Doge, or not baby Doge, but Bitcoin selling off down here to the bottom side of this bearish sign. So if we're going to sell off here to where we have low buying volume, then what's going to happen next? The selling may try to take over. Kind of what we're seeing here. The selling is starting to form up a wave here, but it's kind of looking like it's going to be a small wave. So if it is a small wave, we may go back down here to where we hit the 22.5K area and then may just stop there and then start to become bullish and trying to get back up here to the resistance. Or if the case is that we do not have, a small selling area and we actually have a larger selling area, then you could see it going all the way back down to our previous resistance. And that is why I say we can either go up 3K or down 3K, because right now it really just matters what happens here on the oscillator. Do we see more buying volume coming in at this point or selling volume? And right now, when you look at Bitcoin for the 24-hour market control, it shows that it's in control by the bears by 60%. So notice how the 4-hour chart says 60% bearish, and then the 15-minute chart over here says 60% bullish. That pretty much means in the short term, yeah, we're a little bit bullish. We're 60% bullish. But when you look over here for Bitcoin, inside the long term for the 4-hour chart, it shows you we're 60% bearish. This pretty much shows that this could quite possibly be a bull trap, since for the long term, we're 60% bearish. Technically, that means in the long term, this little movement that we're having now could quite possibly be a bull trap. And we might do this scenario here where we go back down to our support. So, it's a little half and half right now. You never 100% know what happens in the market. And that's why I say I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, just kind of showing you what the charts are showing us. Now, going over here, this is what we got for BNB. So yesterday I mentioned something in BNB, and I think it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before that, I don't know. But look, I mentioned this in BNB. I mentioned how we're going to bottom out on the support and probably going to bounce back from there and build up momentum. That's exactly what we did. We bounced off on this bottom support here, and this support was around $250.70. So after we bounced off there, you can see BNB went up here to this next area of supply and demand of less demand, and then turned it into a more demand area. And you can see how the green started to form. And that's when we start to get that purchasing coming in to BNB. And now we're rising all the way up here to this resistance, all the way up here at 274.50. So $274.50. That's where our resistance is at for BNB. You can see the 24-hour market control is in control by the bulls by 60%. So we are still 60% bullish with BNB when you look at it for the short term for the 15M chart. And now when you look over here at the 4-hour chart, what you can see for BNB pretty much is kind of the same thing as Bitcoin. We're coming off this huge overbought area. It was way too overpurchased, but we have a huge green area showing that there's pretty much a lot of demand for BNB, all the way down from $215.70 all the way up to about $244. So there's lots of demand for BNB. You can see our selling wave is kind of at its peak right now. So it looks like it's kind of topped out. So it may actually start to become a buying wave inside the little near future here for BNB. And that's kind of what we're seeing here now. You're seeing that these red candlesticks are now transferring into green candlesticks right here. So you're about to see some buying coming back into BNB. But like I said, this could all be a bull trap if we cannot pass this resistance up here. Same thing with Bitcoin, same thing with Baby Doge. If we can't pass our little resistance up here, then it's really going to be a bull trap. So we really have to get past 338. If we can get past $338 BNB, right? And we can do the same thing with Bitcoin, get past 26K inside of Bitcoin. And then we can get over here with Baby Dogecoin. And then we can go over here and pass 2,200, well, really 2,300 Baby Doge. Then we can actually confirm that this is a bull market and that we're actually going to start pumping again. But yeah, anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you all again. Also over here, if you look at this is only up 0.8% for the last 24 hours, which isn't too bad. You know, a lot of people would want to see more, now 0.4%, but still it's good that we're not just dropping huge, we're actually holding our price. And now we're starting to see some of the other cryptos are starting to gain more price now again as well. So this could be the start of the next bull market. You know, we never know. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Definitely go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you like the video. Leave a comment in the comment section to let me know what you all want me to go over next. If you want to become a member of the channel, definitely go ahead and do that. I'll go over any crypto that the members want me to go over next, as long as it's not some kind of scam coin. And remember, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto, you definitely want to get you a ledger, Nano X or S, link in the description. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.